But we got one. Take it down the highway. Like 3 signatures. I know. I thought people were just gonna be doing their names, but I guess some people are doing big paragraphs. Yeah.
You guys been real busy, huh?
Yeah. haven't had to see anyone yet.
Jesse?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Everyone's like fanning themselves.
I mean, it's one thing to happen like when we're extra high maintenance, extra.
But compared to like Zach and Mack, like we had our first meeting to plan the day and they were just like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Kind of how you want to do it.
Yeah.
We've never done this before. You've done it. You've married lots of people.
Hello. How's it going? Oh, good.
Good.
Do you want to do something big or just your name? Oh, because if we do, I can flip to the next page. Just because it's the next page.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, and then you want to sign it underneath. Okay. My name?
Okay, then you can use that little space there.
Actually, you want to use sign?
What?
It's harder to keep it down in your dress. Just write your name.
Just you guys?
And yours.
Write your name, or congrats for all these people. Whatever you want to do.
All the pressure's on. Always think of something.
No, I don't.
Congratulations.
He'll never know. He will.
Alrighty, thank you.
Understand the way I think. You see my life for what it is, not for what it could have been. I could so make for harmony to go on, and I promise I will try my best to keep our love alive. Oh,
You got it. Yeah, now it's like this is like they're more thinking about whatever. No one's oh my God.
straight from your heart.
Like this. I'll be like,
Yeah, got the lowdown. Got the lowdown. He's gonna nod at us and then we...
oh
yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. I thought you said, did I see Debbie? No, yes, I did. I did. I saw the because we had the wall time stuff. Our roster.
Hi, girl. Good, sorry.
You can do anywhere there's space. Unless it's so long, then we have to put it to the next table. But I'm pretty sure the only people that are doing long ones are.
Oh, there's Harley and stuff.
Yeah. Ready? Thank you. How's it going? Oh, good.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, okay. We all do that. Like, it's so crazy that it's like been almost like it's been over a year. Yeah, it's just insane to think like I know. But
Oh yeah. And I'm in one.
I thought that they were well, we're all in some. We're all in streets. None of us work for streets other than the boys. So we want to okay. Leslie is and there's
Hey, that's one of these friends of Zach.
So please just get comfortable. The couple have asked that if you can, please refrain from taking photos. They have a professional photographer and a videographer here today, and they would be happy to share those photos with you later. I'm really excited to do this. My name is Luke, and like I said, we'll get started in just a few minutes. Thank you.
The last guy just pulled out in front of us. Again, slammed on the brake at the time. Yeah, but you know the brake.
Yeah, but like if I could keep it massive.
no, yeah, 22nd. There's
I saw your face as you asked my sign. I told you mine, I questioned why, and you said everything's aligned. On the first day you told me I was your twin flame from a past life. And tonight the moon is full, so take me anywhere outside. I cannot kiss you yet, you're magic, so I'll just stare at you instead. I get insecure and panic, cause I know you're too pure for this. You're too good for me, I'm too bad to keep. I'm too sad, lonely, I want you only. I got 6 ways to say that I fell in love with you at first sight. I wish that I could frame the way you look at me with those eyes. Free sign, baby, rewind. Maybe ask you earlier, be mine. See, I didn't understand deja vu till I met you. You're too good for me, I'm too bad to keep. I'm too sad, lonely, I want you only. You're too good for me, I'm too bad to keep. I'm too sad, lonely, I want you only. I'm just leaving him.
You feel like what?
Maybe you could just drive still. I could just leave.
Okay, I love you.
I love you.
Very handsome, Zach.
Everyone's around, the words are coming out, and I can't find my breath. Can we just say the rest with no sound? And I know this isn't enough, I still don't measure up, and I'm not prepared. Sorry is never there when you need it.
Please stand for the entrance of the bride.
You'd be good to me, I'd be so good to you.
Thought I saw a sign somewhere between the lines. But maybe it's me, maybe I only see what I want. I still have your letter, just got caught between someone I just invented, who I really am and who I've become. I do want you to know I hold you up above
You may be seated. Welcome, everyone. My name is Luke, and I have the privilege of being Mackenzie and Zach's pastor, and the privilege of being the officiant for this amazing day. On behalf of the couple, I just want to say thank you for being here. If you traveled far and wide, or if you just came from not too far away, we're so glad that you're with us, here to celebrate two people that we know and we love. And to you two, I just want to say thank you for the privilege it is to stand here with you and to join you two in marriage. It's been a privilege to watch you two fall in love and watch your lives become intertwined together. And it's a privilege and an honor to be up here with you today. So thank you. Friends and family, we're gathered here today in the sight of God and in the presence of this company to witness the union of Zach and Mackenzie in marriage. A wedding is an occasion where a man and a woman publicly proclaim their love for one another, and they declare their commitment to each other and to the holy sacrament of marriage. Wedding days are by their very nature both solemn and happy. Solemn in the sense that as we gather here on a momentous day, we remember so many people that can't be with us, that can't join in this moment. But also amazingly happy because we get to watch two people that we know and love walk into a new chapter in their lives. And for all of us gathered here today, we get to be inspired by your love. And for all of us, today will be a sharing in what is one of the most intimate and love-filled moments in your lives. But for you two, who stand here before me on the altar of marriage, this ceremony is to be a participation in what is one of the greatest days of your lives. This moment you've looked forward to. I've listened to you over the last number of months as you've prepared and as you've become more excited about today. And I believe it's by God's kindness and it's by his plan that we live. It's by his purpose and his power that we're redeemed. And it's through his providence that you two have been brought together for this moment and for the rest of your lives. I think that right now would be a good opportunity for us to stop and to pray together. So if you feel comfortable, please bow your heads in prayer with me. Father, we thank you for the privilege it is to stand alongside Mackenzie and Zach as they take these steps towards a brand new season in their lives. One where their entire worlds become intermingled, both with each other and with you. So Father, today we pray a blessing over them. We pray that you would show up powerfully in their lives, that their love would not be contained for just one another, but Lord, that you would use their love to be poured out into the world around them. That healing and comfort and grace and peace and unity would follow in their wake. So Father, we pray a blessing over them today as they step into this new chapter of their lives. And God, would you give us the wisdom and the direction and the courage to stand alongside them when things are tough, when things are good, and everything else in the middle. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, and we pray that you would be present in the very sacred moments that follow. We pray this in your name. Amen. You two are about to pledge the most sacred vows that two people can make to one another. And as you stand before the witness of God and the presence of this company, I think it's important that you attend very closely to that which you promise in this place. In the book of Ephesians, Paul is writing to a small group of people living in a little town called Ephesus. And he's teaching them how to love. And this is what he says about two people, a group of people living in community together, and how much more important it is for you two as you step into this new relationship. He says to always be humble and gentle, to be patient with one another, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. He goes on to say to make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit and to bind yourselves together with peace. For those of us gathered in the house, well, I guess the outside today, if you're married, you know that that challenge can become far more difficult because it's much easier to hurt the ones that we love because we know that they will give us grace. Be compassionate to one another's weaknesses. Celebrate each other's strengths. And as God has already blessed your union up until this point, I believe, and we believe collectively, that he'll continue to bless you and guide you as you take these steps to follow him. So these vows that you're about to make to one another, they are as binding in adversity as they are in prosperity. We believe that they're only to be broken by death. If you're prepared to make such a serious commitment, will you now face one another and join hands? The couple have prepared their own vows. Zach, would you please begin?
I have found the one whom my soul loves. Mackenzie, you are my other half. My soulmate. I couldn't imagine life without you, and I don't know how I did life for you. You are my light at the end of a very long, dark tunnel, which at times seemed never ending. I've given up on a lot of things in my life, but not giving up on you and powering through the friend zone is the best decision I've ever made. Next to asking you to marry me. I've waited my entire life to find a person like you, someone who brought back my real smile and laugh, someone who made me see life differently, someone who makes my world a better place by just being in it. Someone who makes life worth living and brings excitement to every single day. Someone who made me whole again. I thank God that you are that someone. You are that person I want to wake up to every morning, the person I want to grow old and raise a family with. I can't picture my life without you. And there is no future for me without you. A year and a half ago, I was just a boy who fell in love with this girl that tagged along to young adults with me and my friend. God knew we needed each other before we even knew each other, and I believe that's why he brought us into each other's lives. From the moment we started dating, I prayed for this day. That I'd get to marry you, the most beautiful girl in the world, and today here I am with the most gorgeous girl. You look amazing. We haven't had an easy road thus far. There's been lots of bumps and curves, from losing pets such as the duck you hatched in your room. And that we raised in your parents' backyard, to losing loved ones far too soon and unexpectedly. But through it all, I know we can handle anything life throws at us as long as we have each other and God. I wake up every day and thank God I get to spend the rest of my life with my best friend, my twin flame, the person who knows me better than I know myself. I can't wait to see what God has in store for our future, and I'm so excited for all the adventures to come along with it. I promise to treat you as an equal. We are a team in this marriage, and to serve each other equally as we serve the Lord. I vow to never make you submit to me as we are becoming one flesh. I vow to always be your safe place, your shoulder to cry on when you've had a bad day, to always reassure you when you're down on yourself. I vow to always have your best interest in mind and to protect and provide for whatever you may need. I vow to try and be as patient as possible when you bring stray cats into our house because you just couldn't help yourself. And I will always know it comes from the goodness of your heart. I vow to love you at your worst, the same I would when you're at your best. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I vow to always make sure you know that and how much you mean to me. I love you more than anything in this world, Mackenzie, and undoubtedly know you are the one for me. Here's to forever in each other's arms. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. Mark 10, verse 19.
I'll have to follow that up. Zachary Jacob Derksen. I am so incredibly happy to be standing here with you. You came into my life at a time when nothing really made sense, but it didn't take long for me to realize that everything I thought I wanted from my life was just leading me to you. You are everything I've ever wanted and so much more. I wish I could tell my younger self that one day she would find a man like you. One that is patient, kind, and gentle. One that is always in your corner. One that speaks only with love. I wish I could tell her that one day she would never even think to question her worth because she is so loved by someone who never stops reminding her of it. You have shown me what love is supposed to look like, and every day I find something new I love about you. If you know me, you know that I am horrible at making decisions. I always go back and forth and doubt if I'm making the right choice. But I had absolutely no hesitation when you asked me to marry you. It was the easiest choice I've ever had to make. I've never been more sure of anything in my life than the fact that I want to spend forever with you. I vow to love you for the rest of our life, even if that means getting daily updates on the Calgary Flames. Through the ups and even more through the downs, I promise to always be by your best friend and to never give up on us. No matter what life throws at us, I'll be by your side. I promise to treat you with respect and honor and to always support your ideas and dreams. I promise to choose you every day for as long as we both shall live. You aren't very good at accepting compliments, but I thought today you would make an exception and you don't really have a choice. So, Zach, you are wonderful. You are more selfless than I could ever hope to be. You constantly show people how much they mean to you, and you brighten the lives of everyone around you. You are patient with me, even when I do not deserve it. You are funny and goofy, and you laugh at your own jokes. You are the best friend anyone could ever ask for. You are everything I never thought I would find, and you have made me the happiest person alive. I only hope I can make you feel even half as loved and wanted as you make me. I love you with my entire heart, and I thank God every day that He brought you into my life. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Thank you for making life feel like such an adventure. Here's to forever.
Zach, in taking Mackenzie to be your wife, do you so promise to honor, to love, and to cherish her in sickness as in health, in poverty as in wealth, in hardship as in blessing, until death alone shall part you? Mackenzie, in taking Zach to be your husband, do you so promise to honor, to love, and to cherish him in sickness as in health, in poverty as in wealth, in hardship as in blessing, until death alone shall part you? You will now seal these vows to love, to cherish, and to honor by the giving and the receiving of rings. And the unbroken circles of these rings symbolize a union between a man and a woman that cannot be broken. And this is symbolic with the intention of marriage. And it brings honor to those gathered here, to those within the union, you two, and to God. The metals of these rings symbolize all that's pure in the marital bond. And as these metals were refined to fashion the beautiful rings that you will wear today and for the rest of your lives, may you also seek to be refined as you pursue Jesus and each other together in this life. And as you wear these rings, may they ever remind you of the love that you shared in this place today. Take stock of this moment. You've exchanged these rings as symbols of your love and your faithfulness to one another. By doing so in this place and in this setting, you commit your heart and your soul to one another. And you will wear these rings as a reminder of what you've promised in this place today. Friends gathered here today, love is a force that's more formidable than any other. It cannot be seen or measured, yet we experience it fully in the person of Jesus in our own lives. And this love is powerful enough to transform completely. We heard that in your vows today. From people who you were 2 years ago to who you are now is completely different because of your love. And Scripture actually teaches us that this love that you share is not a passive thing. It's not something that you just feel. It's actually something you do. It's active. Because in Romans 12, verse 10, we read that we are to love each other with genuine affection and to take delight in honoring one another. It's one of my favorite descriptions of love. Genuine affection and to take delight in honoring one another. I would say to you to keep this teaching close to your heart. This wisdom that true love is displayed through this vulnerable, authentic affection. And that honoring one another by what you say, what you speak, will do amazing things for your marriage. Because this love today joins you together as one. but I want to encourage you to always remember the gift of your individuality. Cherish and affirm your differences as you love each other. Be supportive of your strengths and tender toward your weaknesses. Because while union and unity are very much a part of God's plan for marriage, it's kind of the point of it. There's nowhere this inference that you should lose who you are as an individual. Because what you do by yourself and on your own can either do great harm or bring great blessing to your union together. It really is amazing to watch you two, to hear your vows of love and to see how much it's transformed your lives. Would you remember that for now and for always? We're going to go now and we're going to sign the marriage registry as we move closer to making this whole thing official.
I'll be missing you. And I know you gon' say I do, cause I look up in your eyes, I can tell it's true. On a winter night, I ran away so far. I ran away with you. We slept inside, like run away with the one that's gon' hold you when you're numb. Takes you home when you're drunk, holds your hand when you're throwing up. If it's you, I don't know.
Zach and Mackenzie, today we have witnessed the expression of your love and your commitment for each other. We've seen the confirmation of your vows by the giving and the receiving of rings. It's therefore my joy and my privilege by the power of God and the province of Saskatchewan to declare you husband and wife. Zach, you may kiss your bride. There it is. Friends and family, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Derksen. Let's make some noise. Well, thank you everyone for being here today. I'll just invite you to take a seat. We're going to let the wedding party just get settled over there, and I have a few announcements for you. Again, thank you for being here. This was a wonderful ceremony. The weather's perfect. You all look fantastic. And I got to tell you all that that group of groomsmen was the easiest group of men I've ever had to work with at a wedding. They just, first try, they got it right. So please make sure you give them some love for that tonight. A couple of things to be aware of. There is going to be a receiving line for the next half an hour. So you have 30 minutes starting now to talk to the couple before they take off for some photos this afternoon. Reception begins at 5:30. Program and dance are to follow at 7 p.m. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night and be safe. Good night.
Very good. I was so nervous. I might not going to do good. So
Thank you for coming. Yeah, see you later. Congrats, Zach. Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming. From daycare on the snowboard to That's right. That's right. Congrats. I'm Tyler. I'm Zach. I'm Zach's favorite guy.
oh, yeah.
Your vows, unreal. Like I've done, like maybe the best vows ever. Also, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Oh, I'll be there.
Why you don't like it?
It's making my I pulled the whole time.
Got a battle.
And then that's what I'm going to have this magnet thing. It just makes them nice and ready to put on top of the jar. And then both
Is it now? I wasn't going to make eye contact.
Everything like that. I love it. Yeah, it was so good. Yes, are you guys doing photos?
Yeah. I guess.
Thanks for doing that. I really appreciate that.
It's been a long time. It has been a long time.
Sorry we missed Save like $60. Brand new. Everything's exactly the same. Bands old school. Bands for sale.
Oh really? You're right.
Very cool.
We're good intro.
Nice.
5:30.
I think like the reception.
Good, how are you? Oh yeah.
Literally down this road.
I think you're so dramatic.
You know what's happening? Like, when are we going to the picture? We've got room for a third right now. We're doing right now. I'm not sure. We'll meet at the trailer. Yeah, I'm rounding up now.
Okay, I'll find my family media friends.
If you see people, tell them to go to the trailer.
Elijah!
Welcome.
The truck's coming out of the road.
Yeah. And you have to wait, but you were not that way you felt.
Good job. Good job. Just got there by himself.
I don't. It doesn't work like that. I'm not a good person. Too many hugs. That's why.
Yeah, Eddie came in and hugged me from the side, and I was beside you, and then it
Area
fell.
it was? What's that magnet look like?
Yeah, it was up over here. We started over there, and we just kept walking forward. It was like
We're looking for something.
That's big and black.
Really tiny magnet. It's not like stuck in your shirt.
Chunks of metal. Yeah, just drag out chunks of metal around.
No, because I had it on here. I didn't have it on my pocket. I had it on here.
So where did you walk? Let's go through their steps.
How big is it?
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks,
No problem. Thanks, Luke.
Saved our whole wedding. Yeah. Okay, so we're now pictures. We're gonna do some.
Yeah, pictures at the arch, family pictures.
Okay.
And then wedding party.
Okay.
Family pictures. I'm gonna wipe your face, okay, friend? What time do we have to leave?
Well, gosh.
I have my own vlog, but yeah. My license goes, we'll get a new one.
Oh, you look so cute.
You know, go to SCI and say my last name is different.
Remember that
I think they
photo
need
that the four of us have at
certification.
Haley and Jordan's wedding?
Daddy is rocking a loose right
No, I don't actually.
Boo.
What were we doing?
balloon right now.
Well, he got the balloon, and she was holding it.
Who was I there?
We did so good. So good.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I thought I was going to try, but I didn't make it. I don't blame you. Yeah. Very touching. It was. Yeah, they were, and you could just. It's like you could actually tangibly feel the love that they had. You know, like just in the words they said, and just him crying when he's walking down the road. Oh, I know. Is she here in your wedding dress? No. No. Very pretty though.
Watch us stand the whole ceremony. You guys don't.
Yeah, this is true. This is kind of fair, I guess. Now you can judge us.
Yeah. They're like more single building and there's two side entrances. Okay, I'm at the entrance.
Do you need help?
No.
I gotta find something that I can put in.
Because we'll do one outer and then I'll get you guys to like squeeze in for like a date or a group hug. Just smile.
Don't touch me.
Smile, no talking. And I'm shooting lots, so we make sure, and then everyone look at the happy couple, huh? And then everyone throw their arms in the air, woo! And then everyone squeeze in for a big family hug.
Oh my goodness.
And you're done. I want whole bodies, lots of faces. Come on. You like each other for the next 2 seconds and we're done. Okay. And you guys, are you okay with that? Fine. Okay.
Look depressed.
Oh crap. I know. We need a refill.
When is it our turn?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully soon.
I want it now.
You want it now?
Yeah.
Me too. But just because we want it now doesn't mean we get it now.
No.
Dodo did good. Awesome. That's so good. Awesome. You did so good.
Have a hug, Elizabeth.
Wow. You guys aren't getting paid enough.
I can get M&M's. Or Skittles, even if they're bad for me.
You guys need a hug?
Thank you. Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you,
You did so good, mister.
I guess this is
Thank
a
you
family.
for walking in.
Okay. Back magnet and then we'll get this on.
Sounds good.
No, I know. Sounds.
But you matched all the bridesmaids with the...
And they booked it into the tree.
We're going to put Zach right here, so we're going to get mom and dad right here. Okay. Yeah.
Only if you want to be a
Are we done now? I don't know.
So no one's going to...
Well,
Okay. Then we want
gotta ask.
whichever family can get coordinated first.
Okay, let's go.
Stand right here. It's a race. The best family gets to stand beside.
Jackson, get that balloon out of your mouth. Why would you do that?
Looks good.
Why would you do that?
Okay, go to the right. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Oh, standing there. I just perfect. Here. Perfect. Wow, you guys don't need me.
Well, Eric's starting beside you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be shooting a lot. Okay. Try and look in my general direction and keep your eyes open.
Squinting.
Looking at me, Joe.
Look at me. Everybody say Zach has stinky feet.
Zach has stinky feet.
Perfect. Do we want all of the kids with the bride and groom?
Sure.
And then we can let the kids go play. Oh, yeah. Step on his feet. There you go.
Good job.
Perfect. Hands down, Elizabeth.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Good job.
Way to go, guys. Hands down. Perfect. Everybody look at Zach and Mack. Ha ha.
Look at him.
Ha 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 ha. Perfect. If you are a child who would like to go play, check with your parents, but you can go play.
That's a deal for you guys.
Go play. Not too many yet. A few hours. Look at him. Laugh at him. Keep my nose to that. And then go for my family hug. Everybody squeeze it really close. Do a big belly hug. Come on, you can do it. Do better than the cons. I heard you're okay, Mack.
Anybody?
My grandparents didn't come and my grandpa was just saying prayer. Just saying no. My dad didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
He didn't come to my wedding. They're really sick. But he didn't tell me. I found out this morning.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, but I just want to let you know because it was supposed to be John Cron, so we gave him John doing prayer.
Okay. My hair's not in my eyes. I'm keeping the bowl.
I love the little headband. I like the bow. I was in favor of the bow. Oh, more flies. Get out of my dress.
Jesse Bergen. Okay, I guess you make me.
Yes, don't worry.
Well,
you were supposed to go to the significant other.
I was the significant other.
And I'm shooting lots. Everybody just make sure they're looking at me. Perfect, perfect. Eric, would you like to? Thank you very much. I understand. I'll be as fast as I can. Perfect. Zach and Mack and laugh at that because they look so horrible.
Jack, you're so cute.
Mack, you're up. Come on. Oh, no one's on the dress? We're good.
Okay.
And everybody get real close. Last family picture ever.
Oh my goodness.
Just you guys.
Christmas cards. That we never sent.
And everybody, I want you to kind of like swing your hips a little bit so you're rocking people off balance.
I'm
not going off balance.
Let's just.
Perfect.
I'm like, whoa.
Did I miss anything?
Too much
There it is.
I'll take it from here. Go
Table 1. Table 2.
Oh, stop.
Kate, can you run back to the campsite where Daddy's sitting and get my food for me?
Just one person does it?
I have no idea.
You might not sure.
It says your name, adjective, verb, noun, noun. Am I in school?
They seem spongy. Just love it.
This is your table.
I'm not. I think I should get out of here. This isn't my table, so. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah,
We'll have to have Sean.
And then, so during COVID, they go for like $2,500 a night. So pretty slick. And then prices just dropped. Now they're like, we're going to be lucky to get 500. But right now,
isn't that the problem? So
kids, we're renting, but because it's like through the house and through the school, I know the guy that like does all the stuff. Like I was able to put in my own RO system, so I put in RODI, like reverse osmosis deionization basically, and then I put in a Wi-Fi straight from my phone. I can just like push my RO.
What? You want to get
I started out like first year
phrase. Daily?
Continuous contract first year, so that was my last year. And then this year I applied for the industrial position, which is like
with love, Jim and Joel.
I need to wait for full duty retirement. It's pretty much it. I had to wear like oh no, it's like they retired, right? And this is something I was gonna hope to sleep in like 7 to 10 pristine. Like so that's like 6 feet in one day, separate. That's like vitamins, minerals, and then
We are ready to start. I guess we will start by saying hello and good evening. We would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight and celebrating Zach and Mack's special day. We will be your hosts for the evening. For you that don't know us, my name is Aaron. I am Zach's brother, and this is my husband. Sister. And this is my husband, Kent. We are honored that Zach and Mack asked us to be a part of their special day.
Honestly, I don't know why they chose us. We have enough dirt on them to make Zach his own snowboarding hill. But in all honesty, we are thankful to be here tonight, sharing this evening with you all. To start off, we have a few announcements for you all. First one's being there's no open mic.
They're wedding Mad-Libs. There's a piece of paper and a pen on each of your tables. If you could work together as a table and fill it out, that would be greatly appreciated. It will leave the bride and groom with a few funny stories that they can keep as mementos. Once you have filled it out, just leave it on the table, and throughout the night we will come and collect the pen and the paper from you.
The couple also has a honeymoon fun jar. As certain amounts are reached, they will complete the task associated with that amount. $250, the bride and groom will recreate a movie kiss. $500, groomsmen parade the bride through the room on a chair. $1,000, Sam, which is Zach's brother, serenades the bride. At $1,500, the groom gives the bride a lap dance. And at $2,000, the groom shaves his beard. It will be on the head table if you would like to donate.
And if you would like to see the bride and groom kiss tonight, there will be no clinking or banging of the tables. You guys will have to complete your own task. You must come up to the front and show us your skills of hula hooping. The longer you can keep it going, the longer they will kiss for. But if you can hula hoop for longer than 15 seconds, then the bride and groom can just choose to do an elaborate kiss, because do we really want to see them smacking lips for longer than that?
There are garbages located near the food table and the candy bar. Recycling is located at the bar. Bathrooms are located in the rec hall through the middle doors. Just take your first right when you go in, and then your next right, and they're there. There's a popcorn, candy, and iced coffee bar at the back of the tent, but please refrain from taking anything until the program begins.
And I think that is all you need to know for now. Before we announce the wedding party, we would like to make note of some special people without whom this day would not be possible. If you could just stand when I say your names. Parents of the bride, Jason and Janice Krahn. And parents of the groom, Arnie and Sharon Derksen. We would just like to thank you for all of the hard work and dedication that you have put in to make this day as special as it can be for Zach and Mack.
And now for the event you've all been waiting for, fighting out of the blue corner all the way from... My bad, wrong event.
But seriously, we would like to now announce the wedding party. Starting with the ladies, we have Maid of Honor, Maddy Guenther. Bridesmaid Faith Krahn. Bridesmaid Catherine Werner. And bridesmaid Olivia Krahn.
And for the men, leading the pack, we have best man Ken Wiebe. Groomsman Samuel Derksen. Groomsman Brady Younger. Groomsman Mackenzie Werner. Groomsman Matthew Penner. And groomsman Cameron Golson.
All right, and now,
For the second time today,
for the second time today, it is our pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Zachary and Mackenzie Derksen.
all right, for the supper, the head table and the grandparents and parents of the bride and groom will go first. After they have gone through, we will be playing a trivia game to see which table then gets to go next. We'll ask a question, and the first person to stand up will be able to answer. Please don't just yell out answers. If the answer is correct, that table will be able to go.
But first, we would like to invite Matt's grandpa, John Krahn, up to say a word of prayer.
Yeah!
There's 2 pages. Settle in. So please observe this dashing young couple sitting there so pretty, so handsome. They appear dressed for a party, smiling at everyone, expecting a good time to be had by all. Look how close they're sitting to each other. You would think they are friends, close friends, who trade personal information and know each other by their first names. Yep, one is tempted to think that. But like all temptations, things are not always as they appear. About a month ago, Mackenzie, the one wearing the dress, arrived at the house looking for Grandma to tweak the dress just so. And because this was the end of the workday, when the appointment was made, Grandma invited Mackenzie and her friend, the one not wearing a dress, to stay for supper. They agreed, not realizing Grandpa was still on his second probation from his cooking classes, and so they would have to endure Grandma's cooking. The day came. Mackenzie arrived with her friend. Before her friend did, pardon me. There was some chit-chat, and when Zachary, she was quite sure that was his name, didn't arrive soon after, but the food was ready, there was a suspicion perhaps he hadn't gotten the message right. And the message was, come to Grandma Krahn's right at 5:30. 5:30 came, and no Zachary. Mackenzie began wondering if Zachary had gone to her parents' house first. 5 minutes away, as was waiting for her there. Grandma had an immediate solution, which grandmas always have, which was just phone him and ask him where he is. Seemed elementary. Mackenzie said she couldn't do that because her phone was charging and she didn't have it with her. That was easily solved as well, according to Grandma. Use Grandma's phone, the landline. And for those who are skilled in all the latest technology, a landline is a phone that uses an underground wire to connect phone to phone. Used in the old days, the same technology which could put a man on the moon, which a digital phone can't. Go figure. So here we come to the paradox you see today. This beautiful couple sitting side by side, dressed to the nines, pretending for all the world to be good, close friends. In fact, it is reported they hang out together all the time. I've heard it at least once. When Mackenzie didn't get up right away to use the landline, Grandma repeated the offer. Mackenzie, wiggling anxiously into the corner of the couch, hoping Grandma would just forget about the offer, finally answered Grandma's suggestion by saying, "I would, but I don't know his phone number." All right, the food is ready and needs to be blessed, and I know just the place to get that. Father in heaven, we thank you that we have come to this day, as we sit here, ready to tear into this food and enjoy one another's company. Perhaps have a laugh or two. We thank you for Mackenzie and Zachary and ask you to remember them each day from here forward. We, as their parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends, bless the decision they have made to bind to each other as one flesh, for all times, it appears. And what you think about an eternal commitment made on earth, I guess they will find out eventually, as the rest of us have also done that, will find out. We thank you for blessing this food. May it nourish our bodies, and by extension, our souls and our spirits. Help us as well to remember you are the source of all things good and otherwise, and that our whole being and continued existence is entirely contingent on your mercy and favor, which we ask you again to extend to Mackenzie and Zachary for the prosperity and long lives. We submit this prayer in Yeshua's name. Amen.
We'll invite the head table to go dish up.
When does Maid get to eat?
One of us can make him a plate. Maybe not one of us.
Can do that.
At least I'm not the only one.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh man. I didn't even think about it. I'll go hard.
You gotta pose.
Oh, he goes black.
2 seconds. Try again.
Wait, so combined?
How many seconds do you have? I can't do it well, so.
I don't know. Wait, the MC's combined or? MC rule. So 3 times, different times.
I'm up here ready to do it. I'm trying to wait. I don't know how to do this. No more, one at a time.
Mad-Libs, dude.
Move the hip. Combined time. Move them hips. I'll count him.
I'm down with her.
Go!
2.
Woo!
Whoa!
It's a big one.
Second?
This would like me.
There's no money on the line.
Lick the lips.
Second, please.
You guys were the parents.
I got my watch on it.
Make it a fancy.
Long
fancy. Let me see some tongue.
Wondering here.
Why are you so afraid?
Big dip. I'll catch you.
Passionate.
Settle down. You are lying to us.
Zach and Mackenzie. Arnie. You are getting married. You had no idea that
Beautiful!
I made the kiss myself.
That's a wonderful.
I copied her a piece.
You did already? Yeah.
I can see someone.
I can get a clear picture and show you here.
Don't give Zach any helmet.
Yeah, I'll start in a handstand position. You guys grab me. Drop them. All right. Wait, what? This is not the best thing.
That boy was straight vertical.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, left!
Where's the music? Yeah, are we going back? Or are we
Just go to the middle.
We do this every day.
Yeah, let's give her a couple birthday bumps.
2, 4,
She was.
Mackenzie
Derksen.
There is a piece of paper on each table and a pen. It's wedding Mad-Libs. If you could collectively fill it out as a table or with the people you were sitting with, that would be great. Make sure you do the front page or the page facing up first and don't peek. It'll just be a little funny memento for the bride and groom to read once they're done.
Ours is just printing the Dallas in there.
Some people have finished theirs already, so actually we will read one more. So marriage advice for the happy
Ours
couple,
just sounds
Zach
like
and
bad
Mack.
grammar.
Our names are Corey, Brooklyn, Brianna, Jared, Sean, and Shay. And we are so gigantic that you are getting married. Our best advice, in your first year of marriage, make sure you run and don't forget to fight. In our opinion, you should spit every day. Zach, you should always poop Mack's Randy Hauser. Mack, you should always sing Zach's Iraq. To keep a happy marriage, never fight about Abe Lincoln. Always jive and love each other drunkenly. Tell each other, catch me outside daily. We wish you lots of crossbows for many years to come.
Thank you.
If you could please stand as we say your name.
I'm like breaking up the pieces of my fork, so like.
Maddy Guenther, maid of honor. Maddy first met Mack when she started working with her at Northway. It didn't take long before the two became very close and find out they were actually related. They have had many good times, whether it might be dealing with cranky customers, making fun of their boss together, or almost drowning on Mack's bachelorette trip. You will often find the two of them laughing so hard they can't breathe over absolutely nothing. Maddy was also the first person that Mack told about Zach when Mack and Zach first started hanging out. Maddy is always willing to listen and always there for you if you need someone to cheer you up when you're having a bad day. She's also dating the boss's nephew, so if you're wondering how she's kept her job, well...
Faith Krahn, bridesmaid. Faith is Mackenzie's little sister, even though she's constantly mistaken to be older than her. Although they have had their disagreements, they always know they can come to each other with anything they are struggling with, and the other will help them through it. Faith was the first one to voice her suspicions when Mack started hanging out with Zach a lot. And even though Mack denied anything was going on, Faith definitely did not believe her. Faith is one of the kindest people you will ever meet and is extremely patient under pressure. She constantly shows people she appreciates them by giving and through random acts of kindness.
Catherine Werner, bridesmaid. Mackenzie met Catherine through Zach since they had been good friends since grade 3. She immediately made Zach feel welcomed in the friend group, and the two quickly became friends. Catherine is someone who will go out of her way to include people, and her presence brings a joyful energy everywhere she goes. Catherine recently married Mackenzie Werner, who is also a groomsman in the wedding party. Zach and Mack enjoyed spending time with Catherine and Mackenzie, and look forward to many more memories they will make together.
Olivia Krahn, bridesmaid. Olivia recently married Mack's brother Dell and also works with Mack at Northway. Although the two are close now, when they first met, they were both unsure of each other and pretty much ignored each other at all social events. After a few months, the two finally started to talk and realized they actually didn't hate each other, and since then have made memories and shared many laughs. Olivia is always the voice of reason and will give honest advice. She is also very hardworking and is currently attending the University of Saskatchewan, working towards becoming a vet. Dell and Olivia also decided to move 5 minutes away from Zach and Mack, so it looks like Dell can't really handle being too far away from his little sister, or more like Zach.
I love you, Zach.
Love you, Dell.
That's all right. For the men, Ken Wiebe, best man. Zach and Ken went to school together, but really didn't become friends until grade 10 or so. Ken is 1 year older than Zach and was a grade ahead of him in high school. Ken is married to Jill, and they just had their first child, a little girl named Cole. Zach was also Ken's best man in his wedding. Once Zach and Ken did become friends, they hung out multiple times a week, going on Tim runs, touring around town, and mainly just Zach third-wheeling Ken and Jill on many of their adventures and errands. In May of 2018, Zach and Ken moved into a basement suite in Warman together. Had some good times, but by July of 2018, they were out and back in Hague. The friend Cam ended up buying a house which they all moved into together. Ken is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's always willing to lend a helping hand with whatever you need, and will always chime in on a conversation, even if he has no idea what he's talking about. Zach and Ken have some pretty big life plans set out together, such as Zach building a barn on Ken and Jill's yard, which Zach would live in the loft of, and where they could grow old together, with Jill too, of course. Looks like that plan unfortunately won't fold out. Sorry, Ken. But they are already making plans to end up in the same old folks home in the future. And Zach and Ken have gone on many adventures together, from abandoned house hunting to getting stuck in the only snowdrift left on a summer road in springtime. Despite Ken being an Oilers fan, Zach has been able to look past that and see the good, loving, caring person that Ken is. And they have been pretty good at putting the Battle of Alberta's hate towards each other's teams aside, for now. Zach looks forward to the many fun times and adventures in the future.
Sam Derksen, groomsmen. Sam Sam is Zach's less good-looking big brother.
I don't know about that.
Sam is 7 years older than Zach, but that age difference didn't put a stop to the fights they had as children. Sam just got married last year to his wife Michelle, and they just recently bought a house in Hague and moved there. No one would have thought that Sam would be coming back to Hague and Zach would be leaving it. Zach vividly remembers Sam torturing him as a kid and trying to convince him over walkie-talkies that monsters got him and were coming for Zach next. I should have maybe read through this first. Sam would also try to trick Zach into drying all the dishes. They had a deal that Sam would go to the bathroom and Zach would start drying. And when Sam came out, he would take over and finish drying the rest of the dishes. Well, for some reason, Sam coincidentally would always come out of the bathroom right when Zach had just dried the last dish. Zach didn't fall for this many times, as after he caught on and Sam made the deal and went to the bathroom, Zach went to the living room to continue watching TV. 20 minutes later, when Sam came out of the bathroom, he was not happy with Zach, but knew he couldn't pull that stunt anymore. After Sam moved out and Zach grew up a bit, they became much closer and grew a good relationship. They still have their disagreements, but what brothers don't? Sam is a type of brother that will always be there for whatever you need and is always willing to have a talk after you had a rough day. Zach really appreciates and cherishes the friendship they have grown together.
Brady Younger, groomsmen. Brady was a grade older than Zach, and they didn't become friends until their later high school years. But once they did, they clicked and matched each other's vibe pretty quickly. Zach and Brady can both be pretty tame on their own, but when you get them together, they feed off each other and can get a little crazy. From yelling at birds in public, to screaming out the vehicle window while driving to try and scare the people walking on the sidewalks. Zach and Brady's friendship really solidified when they went on a trip to Dominican. From tearing up the dance floor together at the disco on the resort, to joining in on the seniors' water aerobics in the pool in the mornings. Zach and Brady, aside from that trip, have had many crazy nights and adventures together, including the many lake trips all their friends would take together. Brady is the type of friend you want to have around. He is always cracking jokes and can be the comedic relief you need. Brady is the type of friend that will always have your back in any situation, and over the past years has become more like a brother to Zach. Aside from the chaos they cause, Zach and Brady have had a lot of heart-to-hearts, including Brady being the first and only one Zach told when he bought the engagement ring. Over the years, they have made lots of memories together that will never be forgotten, and will have lots of stories to tell when they grow older. Brady is currently in a relationship with his girlfriend Brianna while framing for J-Frame in the city. Zach really appreciates Brady's friendship over the years. He looks forward to the many more crazy nights and adventures they will share together.
And Mackenzie Werner, groomsman. Mackenzie and Zach have been friends for several years now. Mackenzie was homeschooled up until grade 9, and in grade 10 he started going to Hague High School. When he came into school, he was a grade older than Zach. Zach doesn't really remember how him and Mackenzie became friends, but when they did, they spent a lot of time together along with Ken and Jill. Back in July, Mackenzie got married to Catherine. Zach had the privilege of being one of Mackenzie's groomsmen as well. He's currently an electrician for Epic and living in Hague. Way before Mackenzie and Zach became friends, there was one day when Zach and Sam's sister was with the two of them when she saw some random kid jumping on our tramp in the front yard. She sent Sam out to investigate who it was. Turns out it was Mackenzie. You jump on people's tramps often? This wasn't known or put together by the two of them until a couple years ago. Zach remembers as a kid seeing Mackenzie around town, usually on his box or his electric scooter or moped. They never really connected or talked until he started coming to school. Zach and Mackenzie spent a lot of time touring around Hague in each other's vehicles, talking about life and listening to music. They shared a common interest in the music they both listened to, so that helped a lot. Often while touring, they would get on the topic of relationships and how they both just wanted to be in one that would work out so bad, and talked about how one day when they would be married and be in each other's weddings. Well, looks like we made it. Mackenzie has always been a guy Zach could rely on if he wanted to go on a Tim's run or a quick little tour after a bad day. Mackenzie always knew how and what to say to make Zach feel better, always offering advice and a listening ear. Zach looks forward to many more Tim's runs and talks with Mackenzie years down the road.
Matt Penner, groomsmen. Matt and Zach became friends on Friends Lake trip a number of years ago. They clicked right away and have been good friends ever since. Matt is currently framing, doing mainly bake shops and barns. Matt is also in the midst of building his own house in New Onlog. Zach and Matt both share a passion for snowboarding and had bonded over the past years on the many trips to the mountains they have gone on together. Matt was Zach's ultimate third wheel / wingman when it came to Mac. Zach and Matt used to always drive to Saskatoon together every Tuesday evening to attend Elam Young Adults. They did that for years until about a year and a half ago, Zach told Matt that there was someone else carpooling with him. That ended up being Matt, as Zach invited her to come along with him. Many times after dropping her off, Matt would tell Zach he should pursue her and think that they would be good together. Well, it turns out Matt was right. Zach is very thankful towards Matt for letting Mac come along with him, which ended up turning into Matt going along with Zach and Matt. Matt also helped out with setting up and capturing the proposal video, along with setting off fireworks after. One day, out of the blue, Zach called Matt and told him his plan to propose, and when he asked for help, Matt didn't hesitate to say yes. So when it came to Zach picking his groomsmen, it was a no-brainer to have Matt be a part of this wedding, as he has seen every single stage of this relationship grow and flourish. Matt and Mac also get along very well. For those of you who know Matt, know that if you start a conversation with him, you're going to be there for a while, as Matt will talk your ear off. Just kidding. Matt is a man of few words, which Zach has always respected. Zach still looks forward to the many years of attending young adults together still, and all the snowboarding trips the future holds.
Cam Gosen, groomsman. Cam works at Western Dairies just outside of Hague and currently lives in Hague with his girlfriend Greg. Fun fact, Zach and Cam as kids and in early high school years actually hated each other. They both attended the same youth group but never really got along or hung out with each other, and both found one another to be annoying and immature. That was until one youth group, the pastor thought it would be a good idea to put them in a group together to try and get them to get along, which ended up being his biggest mistake because they did end up getting along and would terrorize and cause chaos in the youth group until they were both too old to go. After becoming friends, Zach and Cam were pretty much attached by the hip. They both ended up working at the Hague Bigway and would very often find themselves hanging out after each shift. Many Friday evenings after their shift, they found themselves racing to the city to go see the latest horror movie that came out. They always gave themselves an hour to get there, but would somehow always be running late, which would end up in Cam racing on the highway, hoping there was no cops. Zach also ended up moving in with Cam after he bought his house in Hague, where Zach lived for 2 years. The two have had many stupid memories of living together. Stupid, that's funny. Some friends get tired or annoyed of the other after living together, but Zach and Cam never really did. Since they become friends, their friendship has grown and they have become more like brothers than friends, which means they would bicker and disagree like brothers too. But that is a whole other story. In the final years of high school, they ended up getting a taste of living together early, as Cam's parents went on a long holiday and Cam invited Zach to come stay with him while they were gone. Zach doesn't know how they made it to school or work on time because they were always goofing around, but somehow they did. One of Zach's favorite memories with Cam was mudding in Cam's old car down roads that car never should have gone down. But they somehow always made it out and the car was in one piece. Well, they maybe got stuck and needed help a couple times. Zach is excited to see what the future holds for their friendship, and there are many laughs to come along with it.
Living up to the wedding party once again.
All right, so I'm not sure how many of you have seen the competitive sides of Zach and Mac, but let us tell you, they are forces to be reckoned with. We always thought Zach would never meet his match when it came to competitiveness and intensity. I mean, seriously, this is a guy that we could hear yelling in our basement. And when we go see what's wrong, he was simply losing in his NHL game on his Xbox. I mean, if the guy would stop picking Calgary all the time, maybe he would win a little bit more often. But then came Mack. Sure, she seems all innocent, but underneath that quiet smile is a soul so competitive, she refuses to be beaten. This woman has no mercy, and she proved that to us last year at our other brother Sam and his wife Michelle's wedding. Zach had done a handstand, and the photographer asked him to do it again so she could snap a picture. When Mack saw this, she looked at me and my sisters, rolled her eyes, scoffed, and said, "Watch this." She then proceeded to where Zach was and not only did a handstand, but a handspring and front flip all at the same time. We knew at that point that this was truly a match made in heaven. And because we thought it was unfair that only we witnessed this competitiveness, we thought we would give you a chance to see it as well. This brings us to our first game of the evening. We ask that the wedding party come up and partake in a little race. The finish line is just the end of the head table. So, Kent, I don't know if you want to go there so you can see who wins.
Okay, boys, unison.
Hopefully the straps don't rip off. If so, you gotta get creative, I guess. All right, are we ready? On your marks, get set, go!
I walked out of mine. It was on purpose. It was the 1-10 time.
This then, I'll just tell you all. But there is part of this story that even those of you who know don't actually know. So Zach also, in addition to asking Matt to help with their proposal, the big engagement, he also asked me to come help and take some pictures. I'm not sure why, because I'm not a photographer, but I definitely agreed to do it. So on a very cold December day, it was the day that Zach had chosen to propose to Mack. We went to the Chief Whitecap, also known as Furdale Dog Park, and not sure if you're familiar with that, it's just south of Saskatoon. And me and Matt were very happy. I was there to take pictures, and we also helped to put down a blanket that had some Christmas lights around it. It was very beautiful. They wanted to propose down by the river, so it was about a 25-minute hike to get down there. And we went down there, and then we went and hid because Mac didn't know any of this was going on. She thought they were just going for a walk at the dog park without a dog. All the time. And so we were there, we were hiding, I was hiding to take pictures, and then once she said yes, then Matt set off some fireworks. Makes sense, right? Sounds like a great plan. So everything was proceeding. We went there in the morning, we checked it out, everything was going to work great. We put the blanket down, tested it out. Then we went back later in the day when Zach had gone to get Mac. We went in advance about half an hour, and we got the blanket ready, we put the Christmas lights around it. Zach was also very sweet and brought an iPad with a video of some of their best moments on camera. And so we had that all laid out. A few dogs went running through it, so we had to keep running out there and putting it back together. But then Zach and Mac walked up, and it went fantastic. You may have seen the photos on social media. And Mac said yes, and everything was wonderful. Then, of course, we set off the fireworks, and it was amazing. Matt did a great job of that. Then we went down to congratulate them. Mac realized that we were there hiding, and things got a little interesting. We had this is the part that no one knows about except for the four of us. We had this man walk up and said, "Where are the dogs? The dogs have all run away." They heard the fireworks. Oh, yeah, that's what we were thinking too. We're like, what? Why did we think about this? And this man was very furious. He was livid. He was like, you guys, I can't believe you did this. This is so selfish of you. And he came and lectured us. And he was like, I work in the media. For those of you that don't know, I do as well. I didn't bring that up in that moment because he proceeded to tell us that he was going to call the cops and he was going to get articles written about us and how this was such a terrible situation and how all the dogs just run off from their owners. Did I miss something? You look concerned.
Dogs were all found within 5 minutes. Everybody was happy.
The dogs were all found within 5 minutes, but being the person that Zach and Mack are, they offered to go help to find all these dogs. So we did on our way back, we walked around and we looked for some dogs, saw none, but we proceeded to walk back. And we really took our time because we didn't want to see the guy who we'd already seen who finished lecturing us for about 20 minutes. So I continued to scour social media for the next few days, didn't see any articles written about us, but that is the full story of Zach and Mack's engagement.
We now have Maddy and Guenther come up and give the toast to the bride, or the maid of honor speech again.
Okay. So, if you haven't had the chance to meet me or heard any of the introductions, I'm Maddy. So I met Mack when we started working together at Northway. She had been there before and then I joined in, I guess. And yeah, after seeing her almost every day since starting working there, I guess we just sort of started becoming closer. So Mack didn't exactly introduce me to Zach. She didn't even tell me that they were dating. All she did was simply sent me a photo at about 1 in the morning of her and him sitting at the river. Yeah, so she never told me his name, nothing. I asked a couple times and yeah, I never got nothing out of her. And you know, a couple weeks later, this random guy starts coming into our work and bringing everybody iced coffees, and he started coming into the stores on our day off to help. He roasted me constantly, but the help was worth it. After I got to know his name and a little bit more about Zach, I got to know that Mack had found the one for her. A guy that goes for random midnight and that walks with her, brings her iced coffee when told to, and just letting her get another cat when you got one. So I wish the two of you the most happiest of days. And now that you're married, perhaps you could spend one of those days going out for a nice dinner. I think there's a special little restaurant. It's called like For Married People Only or something. I think Zach would know about that one. Yeah, I would also like to thank the both of you for letting me be part of your day here. And I would like to thank everybody else who set it up and made this possible for them. This day has been amazing, everything has looked amazing, and I love both of you, and I wish the best for you.
Thank you, Maddy. Well, since she brought it up, we got to tell the story about the For Lovers Only thing, because you guys, it is too golden to not share. So, Zach, when was it? How old were you? Like 18, 19?
19.
19, okay. So let's back up to about 10 years old when he's with my mom and dad, and they are somewhere, and they either walk or drive past the adult store For Lovers Only. And Zach asked my mom, "What is that?" And Mom, not wanting to explain to him what it was, said, "Well, it's a romantic place for couples." So she didn't really lie, but she didn't elaborate what it was. Anyway, fast forward about 9 years. This guy's 19 and he's working at Home Baked Goodness, and his friend, is like, "Man, I just really need a really good place to take my girlfriend up for Valentine's Day. I don't know what to do." And Zach pipes in, he's like, "Why did you do For Lovers Only?" And his friend looks at him and just like kind of stares at him for a while, waiting for Zach to like laugh and be like, "Nah, just kidding." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, it's a couple's restaurant." And he's like, "Zach, do you not know what?" Anyway, that is the For Lovers Only story. Original.
It's the
Nobody has one.
It's a store for adults.
Alright. I'm Ken, Zach's other soulmate.
That's right.
It's a restaurant.
I'd like to start by congratulating you, Zach. You've really outdone yourself this time. You have excellent taste in best man. Pause for laughter. If some of this sounds familiar, it's because Zach stole some of it for his speech, but what can I say? We finish each other's sentences. Zach's been my best friend for 8 years now. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how we're best friends. In many ways, we're polar opposites. I'm the type of person to wear $7 Walmart shoes until my toes slide at the front. Zach's the type of person to get me to carry him across puddles to keep his white shoes from getting a speck of mud. Not to mention the fact that I'm an Oilers fan and Zach's a die-hard Flames fan. We still haven't discussed last year's playoffs. After the incident with Cam's drywall, I've been way too scared. Regardless, Zach has been tolerating me since the 9th grade, or apparently 10th. We've lived together, even worked together for a couple of months. Living together, we played a lot of NHL. I do admit that Zach will beat me 9 times out of 10, but there was this one particular time where I forced OT with like 2 seconds, overtime, with 2 seconds, and then went on to beat Zach. And he was so mad, he launched his controller right across the room and destroyed it. I don't think he ever had a working controller, ever. He's very passionate. Working together was definitely the most fun I've ever had at work. I remember one day, it was like a late Friday afternoon, we were polying a ceiling and Zach was working on this like mobile scaffolding. And he jumped down, but on the way down, his belt loop got caught on the top pole. So I just hear this noise, and I'm looking over, and he's just struggling, hanging mid-air, till he finally lift himself off. Yeah, it was awesome. Zach has also been a third wheel to Jill and myself for our entire relationship. We met him at the same time. We did everything together. He came with us to pick out our first puppy, Ozzy. He tagged along on countless drives to Tim's, explored a lot of abandoned houses with us. We even had the elaborate plan to build a barn on our yard and move into the loft so we could live together forever, as you know. Although I'm a little disappointed that won't be happening now, I'm very happy you guys found each other, and I know living with Mack will make you much happier than living with me, I guess. Zach's one of the most considerate and caring guys I've ever met. He'll do anything to help out a friend, just ask any one of the many that he has. I remember this one time, out of the blue, I think we were in Cam's kitchen. He said to me, "Ken, if you ever get into trouble and go to jail, I don't care where you are or where I am, what time of the night it is, you use your one phone call and you call me. I'll be there right away, I'll get you out." I was confused. My question was, why am I going to jail? But he insisted. He's like, "No, Ken, you go to jail, you call me." Yeah, I was very confused, but that just goes, a little funny story, just goes to show the kind of guy Zach is. He will do anything and everything for his friends and the people that he loves to make them happy. And just knowing the person that Zach is, Mack, I know you don't need me to tell you this, but he's going to do absolutely everything in his power to make you the happiest person and give you the life of your dreams. That's just who he is. And I also want to say how happy he is with you. From the moment he first brought you around as just a friend to his birthday party, I could tell he wanted nothing more than to spend the rest of his life with you. He was so excited. I'm incredibly happy for you both, and I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together. Double dating rather than third wheeling, raising our kids together, and someday relaxing together in the same nursing home. Well, that's my time. I wanted to give you guys the toast I prepared for you, but I've been sitting on this and I didn't have a toaster, so you could all just raise a glass to the very happy couple. Love you guys.
Thank you, Ken. Could we have Jason and Janice Krahn, parents of the bride, come up to welcome Zach into the family?
Okay, first things first. I want to say, Mac, you look beautiful today. When I sat down to write this up and think about what I was going to say to you on your wedding day, I had many emotions flood over me. You are my firstborn daughter, who I love and cherish very much, and I am so honored to be a mother. You have brought me so much joy over the years, and I have every moment from your early childhood and as you have grown up to be the fine woman you are today. A highlight for me, and one of the best decisions I ever made, was to homeschool you and your siblings. I did not miss out on any of your growing up, and to me, that was very special. From a young girl, you were very strong and independent, and I had to learn to accept that you are not a huggy, cuddly kind of girl. And trust me, that was hard, because I'm the opposite. But regardless, it did not keep me from expressing how much I loved you all the time. Anyone who spends a little time with you knows that you like animals, especially kittens and cats, and that is your real soft spot. Many memories of your childhood was you taking care of our cats, caring for 15 cats at a time, spending time in the dark, searching for lost or missing kittens. We did that a lot. Even moving to Nuanlog was also easier by saying you could get a kitten. Being in a family with 4 siblings, there was always someone to be with you and enjoy life with, and that you did. You preferred to do all the things the boys did, not much into girly things. From watching MacGyver and Daniel Boone, those hours spent watching together were so special. And then you would all go outside and act all the characters out while playing in the yard. As well as our reading Bible every night was a family thing, something that was very special in our family. I have many amazing memories with you, and one really special one that happened recently was our trip to Banff. As well, when we went and got our mother and daughter tattoos. On our trip to Banff, though, she took me, I don't know where we were going. We went the craziest way, and we hit the worst roads, and I bottomed her car, and we laughed so hard, and I was driving. It was quite something. But anyhow, that was really... This trip also marked a significant time in your life. You had just started dating Zach. You were so happy, and I quickly knew that he was the one for you, that you were going to marry. I liked him from the first time I met him. He treated you like gold and genuinely cared about you. I remember watching you both in the early dating and thinking, my daughter has found a keeper. Zach, you just fit yourself right into our family. You interacted with our other siblings like you were part of the family. That was huge, and you don't realize how significant that was for us. We really got to know each other when we all ended up being isolated together for 2 weeks with COVID. We really did. I also realized that it wasn't going to be long before you were going to ask to marry Mackenzie. I even said to the kids the month I thought that you would propose. I got the month right, but not the date. For a while, you guys were at our house every day for supper, and it was a pleasure to feed you and get to know you better. Once you got your own place in June, that changed, and we really missed not seeing you all the time. You are part of our family now, and we will treat you like one of our own. We love you very much, Zach. We would be honored if you would call us Mom and Dad, and we hope you feel special and a part of our family, because you really are. Welcome to the family. Congratulations, we love you both so much. And one verse I want to just leave with you is, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. I love you both. Welcome to the family.
Well, I want to share at least one memory of Matt, if I may. Is that all right? So when they were younger, Del and Mac did everything together. They were always doing everything, and they would. When Clone Wars came out, I don't know, the animated show, we watched that. They were big into that. Anyway, they'd get lightsabers, and they'd meet me on the driveway. I'd come home from work, and they would ambush me on the driveway. They did this regularly with their lightsabers, but one day I went to the store and bought my own, and then I parked a mile away and ran through the bush. And I jumped out with 2 lightsabers, and you should have seen the looks on their faces. If I had a camera, I should have had a camera, because that would have been a priceless moment. One at a time, we went to buy her first car, and Mac makes decisions, that's it. We drove by it. That's it, I'm buying the car. We hadn't touched it, we hadn't looked inside, we hadn't driven it, nothing. Buying that car. I says, well, you have to go and look. No, I'm buying that car. Oh, well, let's take it for a drive. No, I'm buying that car. She walked up to the guy and he says, don't tell him you're buying it right away. No, I'm buying the car. I'm buying the car. Instead of going down, we were going up. She's like, I'm buying the car. So be careful, Zach, when she makes a decision. Hey, we're going that way. That's probably good for you, too, because she just, Zach's the guy for me. That's it. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
A lot of issues.
Thank you.
You saved the part where the car broke down a month later, so.
We now ask, save that part. See, that car that she bought without ever making it broke down and it was terrible. That thing was a piece of junk right from the word go. It was just
Thanks for clarifying. We now ask that Arnie and Sharon Derksen, parents of the groom, come up to give their thank you or welcome speech.
Okay. He looks like he's sleeping. He's passed out.
Well, Mac, when we met you, kind of shy, a little bit. Then we played some sports, and you're not so shy. It's great. It's great. And it's wonderful to see the love you have for each other. You know, we were happy with 3 girls. Then Michelle came along. Well, that's great, yeah. And now Mac comes along, and now we're full. No more girls. We got them all. We got them all. No, you may have beat me this year, but I'm hobbling. You wait till I get my leave done. You'll get a shoulder check, you'll get a hip check. It goes anything to win, you know. We love you dearly. We are very happy for you to come into our lives.
Okay, Zach and Mack, we love you very much. Mack, I remember the first day that Zach, well actually that morning, of the evening we met you, I was at Aaron and Kent's. They were chopping down a tree and I was helping them there. And Dom and Charlotte were outside. And all of a sudden they go, Grandma, Uncle Zach has a girlfriend. And I said, what? And they said, yeah, her name is Mack. Oh yeah, and they took her for ice cream or something last night. And I thought, oh yeah, okay. So he wasn't there yet. Showed up a little bit later and I said, you've got a girlfriend? Who told you? That evening is when he brought her over. She walked around the corner and they were already holding hands. I'm thinking, oh boy, this is serious already. And she, like Arnie said, she was quite shy. But then that was the first year that she came to our Derksen days at Dana and Jesse's. Yeah, she's competitive. Yeah, and this year, she just blew everybody away in there. Going through the obstacle course. Yeah, she just aced it. She was blindfolded. And she just aced it. Like yeah, so Zach and Mack, we love you. We're very happy that you're a part of our family, Mack. Remember to always keep Jesus as the center of your marriage. A strand of 3 cords is not easily broken. So keep Jesus at the center of your marriage and love each other.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. And Zach and Mack, don't worry about sitting, because for the last speeches of the day, we will invite the bride and groom to come and give their thank yous.
I didn't have any bars,
First off, we'd like to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and celebrate with us today. We appreciate each and every one of you.
She informed me I was giving a thank you speech. We'd like to thank our parents first for raising us and putting up with us during the years. Thanks for all your help today to make today possible. Thanks to our family who came out to help set up yesterday. It's very appreciated. Thanks to our wedding party. Today wouldn't have been possible without you guys either. Thanks for coming out to help set up yesterday and everything you all have done to help where needed. We got a pretty good looking crew up here. Let's give them a hand. We'd like to thank the caterer for this awesome meal. We'd like to thank Brooke for making the cake and cupcakes. They look amazing. Like to thank Luke Gordon for marrying us. Thank you to Jill for doing the photography and all the help she's put in behind the scenes to make today possible. Thank you to Luke Penner for videoing our wedding. Thank you to Nate for doing sound. And thank you to Aaron and Kent for being our MCs. You two have been there for us and done so much for us the past year, and we couldn't ask for 2 better people to MC for us. And we're sure we've missed some people, so thank you to everybody who's helped out. James and Brenton. Tracy and Val for letting us borrow wedding stuff from the store.
And AJ for taking time out of his busy harvest schedule to come. He let me have it since I've got engaged. I told him when the date was, so I'm glad he made it out.
Wouldn't miss it, buddy.
Here, we'll do some pictures.
We now have one last game to play. Zach and Mack, please come to the front of the table and remove your shoes.
Oh no!
Then, who is more competitive?
Who wears the pants?
Who is the first to say sorry?
Who has more clothes?
Who is more responsible?
Who made the first move?
Who is the best driver?
Yeah, it's not him. What was he doing yesterday?
Who is the better cook?
Who is more likely to steal the blankets on a cold night?
Who is better with directions?
Who wakes up the happiest?
Who is messier?
That's for sure.
Unbelievable.
Who would last longer on a deserted island?
Let's settle this.
Who is more likely to fall asleep in front of the TV?
Who is more likely to scream at the sight of a spider?
Who is more daring?
Who takes the longest to get ready?
Who has the crazier family?
Yeah, we agree. Who is more likely to lose their wallet and or keys?
You just can't find
All
it in
right,
your
and
car.
last one. Who do you love the most? Said we were allowed to say a few words, which was very nice of him. But my mom always said if I don't have anything nice to say, I should keep my mouth shut. So thank you all once again for coming out, and let's give them another big round of applause.
The dance will be starting shortly. There will be a first dance and I believe a song. We will announce when it's happening. But we would like to leave you with this. To love abundantly is to live abundantly, and to love forever is to live forever. Zach and Mack, we wish you all of the joys life brings you, and we would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to be a part of your special day. We love you.
First steps, first words. Seems like yesterday you were just a girl. Skin knees, climbing trees, all those memories so close to me. gone, but you'll always be my baby. No matter where you are, you'll always be my baby. Forever in my heart. 16, first car. 19 and there's a broken heart. Dark boots, strong will. In my eyes I see a young child still. Now you're a woman on your own. All the love had nearly gone, but you'll always be my baby. No matter where you are, you'll always be my baby. Forever in my heart. So I say a prayer every day that God will guide you as you find your way. You know I'm near. Anytime my love is always here. 'Cause you'll always be my baby. No matter where you are, you'll always be my baby. Forever in my heart. Forever in my heart. Forever in my heart.
Going on out
The bride and groom will now share their first dance.
This is the competition.
This is the first day of my life. Swear I was born right in the doorway. I went out in the rain, suddenly everything changed. They're spreading blankets on the beach. Yours is the first face that I saw. I think I was blind before I met you. And I don't know where I am, I don't know where I've been, but I know where I want to go. And so I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, these things take forever, I especially am slow. But I realized that I need you, and I wondered if I could come home. Remember the time we drove all night?
If the wedding party would like to join them with either whoever you're paired up with or your significant others.
And I thought it was strange, you said everything changed. You felt as if you just woke up. And you said, this is the first day of my life. I'm glad I didn't die before I met you. But now I don't care, I could go anywhere with you, and I'd probably be happy. So if you wanna be with me, these things there's no telling, we just have to wait and see. But I'd rather be working for a paycheck than waiting to win the lottery. Besides, maybe this time it's different. I mean, I really think you like me.